Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Taylor Wilde. Welcome back to Wilde on Season 4, the podcast where you get the insider's view of the weird, wonderful, wild world of wrestling. On Wednesdays, whether you prefer to watch or listen to podcasts, Wilde On has got you covered. For your viewing pleasure, head over to the Wilde On YouTube channel so you never miss an episode again. And if you rather listen to Wilde On, please go over to any major platform where you enjoy podcasts. Today's guest is a professional wrestling unicorn. She's always shiny, bright, and adorned by a palette I can only compare to pastel Lucky Charms. She is a name on the independents and quickly becoming an AEW staple. Ladies and gentlemen, my girl, Laynie Luck. So I want to get straight into the color palette you use on your gimmicks because I love it so much. I look at you and it's just like happiness and like pastel Lucky Charms. How did we get here? Where do you draw your inspiration?
Oh my gosh, I've always been obsessed with color palettes and stuff. Like when I was in high school, I was like, I'm gonna be an interior designer. Like this is my future. I'm gonna take stuff and make it look good together. And I just feel like I have a good eye for stuff that looks good together. And I just love pastels. Who doesn't love a good pastel? Especially the green, pink, purple, blue.
It just makes you happy.
Yeah, it brings good vibes for sure.
This makes so much more sense now because I feel like wrestlers as a whole, but I'm going to hone in on the women because that's what we do. We are the women. You see a lot of the same color combinations, but with you, I feel like you go a little bit outside the comfort zone, but you always make everything look like perfection. So kudos.
I 100% look at what everyone else is doing and I said, okay, what is no one doing right now?
Yes.
And I try to make that the main and make it work.
And it's working for you, girl, because I notice all the little things.
Well, I appreciate it.
And you look amazing. I feel like you've been on this real glow up journey. Have you had an overhaul in your fitness and nutrition and training?
No, I think it's just you do things for so long that things finally start to come together.
Sure.
So, you can work out for a couple of years, but working out for 6 years,
Yeah.
you're going to look a whole lot different than when you started 2 years in. But I really think it's just everything is finally coming together and I know what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Because that's mostly what it is. It's you can follow the diet and gym plan of anyone and you're not going to look like them.
No,
you're going to look
true.
like you always, for sure. And so you have to figure out what works for you and what feels good for you. I think that is a big component also, is more so worrying that I feel good instead of just trying to look good.
Yep. And I was going to say, would you say you're happier right now in your life?
Oh, 100%. I've never been so happy and stable and just supported in everything in my life.
Shows. So tell me, because I kind of preach about, being on this spiritual journey. I shouldn't say I preach. I speak about without kind of boundaries. And for me, it's been very much related to witchcraft, tarot, crystals, having a lot of intuitive friends, working with mediums and Reiki practitioners. Is there anything you've done in the last year or 2-3 years with COVID that has really kept you grounded? It doesn't have to be witchcraft, but
Not witchcraft. I do I see the TikToks and I appreciate the general idea, but I've never dove in or fully committed or anything. But for me, it was definitely yoga that was the most changing for me, especially during the pandemic, because I needed more than just squats and deadlifts to do at home.
Absolutely.
And so I started doing yoga and I just I literally feel like I'm just this ball of crazy energy bouncing around and just so unstable and ungrounded. And then I do my yoga and I'm so centered and everything is really clear and I don't have anxiety afterwards and I feel good physically. that my body doesn't hurt half as much as it used
Yeah.
to at all. So
I've actually taken that journey too. It's really hard because I really struggle with stillness. And even though yoga is movement, you're still being more conscious and self aware than you would if you're like running on a treadmill or lifting heavy or,
yeah, it's very much you're not distracted. It's just you and you're breathing. And the breathing part is really what gets me
yes.
because I do yoga with Adrienne,
Oh, I
and
love yoga with Adrienne. I
she's
feel
my
like she
favorite.
onboards everybody.
Yes, she's like she was perfect for beginners because like it wasn't. She had these nice beginner videos to where you can actually do what they're doing, and they're not like in all these crazy poses that you're never going to get to in your life because you're a professional wrestler and
Yep.
you're not a professional bendy person.
Yep.
But and she just I feel like she has a great way of explaining things so you can feel it right. And she doesn't talk too much. She's a little funny. She throws in little jokes here, but like she doesn't breathe into a microphone and like all these because I have like all these like things, especially when I'm listening to podcasts or when I'm having to listen to someone lead me through yoga. I just
Yep.
have so many like things that will just like I'll immediately turn this video off if something is like wrong, and she just hits everything perfectly for me.
It's funny because I feel like she, like I said, she onboards everybody. But it's one thing for you and I, someone between 25 and 40, and you're female, and yoga is not as scary. But I have to give it a shout out to my retired fire chief, and the producer and editor of the show is his wife. He at almost, he's 59, let's call it. We won't say 60. At the time, 59, he was getting into yoga, and it was because of yoga with Adrienne and her dog. And it's
Nice.
interesting because when it's a man, it's totally different. It's like, I feel like yoga has been massively feminized over the years.
Oh,
And
100%. Like the reactions you get like as a man saying like, "Oh, I do yoga" versus woman is very, very different for sure.
yeah, agreed. Go yoga. Everyone go do yoga.
Exactly. Absolutely. Especially if you're a wrestler, we should all be doing yoga,
it,
please.
it does make a big difference. It really, do you do it in the morning or in the evenings?
If I have the day off, if I don't have to like go into the office for any amount of time whatsoever, then I
Yeah.
try to start my day with yoga, or else it'll be on the couch for the
Yeah.
first 6 hours. I'll be on TikTok until lunchtime.
Oh my God, girl. You and me both. I don't even watch TV anymore. I don't have the
Literally,
attention span.
I watch a couple select shows like with Jeff, like we have our little shows that we watch before we go to sleep.
Yeah.
But during the day, I am on TikTok.
It's the only show I watch. And, like, people want to shit all over TikTok, but like, I've learned so much, which I don't know is embarrassing or not, but like, so many like life skills.
Literally, because it's like you can see it and it's short and it's quick and you can save it and come back to it. And
Yeah,
like I have so many favorited videos for so many vastly different things on TikTok.
sure. Oh, yeah. My feed is insane. It's totally insane. I can't even repeat what some of the things are because some of them are like massively offensive, and I don't even know how they're on TikTok. Do you have like a favorite TikToker? Like, when you think of TikTok, is there like one account that you're like, oh, I hope this shows up today, or do you specifically look that up?
Um, no, I don't have anyone that I go to specifically. I would say if I haven't seen something from them in a while, like I go to like Sarah Showers profile and see if where she's been and what she's doing. Um,
Okay.
but I don't think there's no one I actively search for. I just let the For You page come to me and see what I need that day.
How yogi of you. Just let it come. Whatever comes to me is meant for me on TikTok today.
Exactly. That's how I scroll.
Are you a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race at all?
I've watched a couple like seasons here and there, but I'm not
Okay.
like a committed fan, but I enjoy it for
Okay.
sure.
That's two people, Trixie Martell and Katya.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
very funny. I see clips from them all the
all the
time.
time. And it's so dark, their humor. They're actually coming to Toronto for the comedy festival, and I like couldn't buy tickets fast enough.
Oh, I was gonna ask, are you gonna go?
Oh,
But
100%. I can't miss it. And it was really funny because I saw that they were headlining, and I don't even give a shit. There's like really big people who were coming through, and I'm like, don't care. I want
only
to
here
see
for
Trixie Martell and
them.
Katya. And I like went ahead and I bought 2 tickets, and I was like, I don't even know who I can bring to this. Like, I don't know who else finds this as funny as me. And I went to go get my bangs trimmed, and my best friend owns a salon in Toronto called Costello Beauty, just to plug that. And she's like, I didn't tell you because yeah, exactly. She's like, I didn't tell you because I'm so busy, which she is, and so am I. We talk like once a month, but she's like, I went ahead and I bought Alanis Morissette tickets for us for next week. And I was like, amazing. I bought comedy tickets for us.
Wow. That's so cute.
It's a good friendship. Everyone needs a Kylie in their lives. But let's talk about your tattoos because you are quite a collector.
I am. Yes.
How old were you when you got your first tattoo?
The day I turned 18, the second I turned 18.
So you were ready. You were waiting.
Yes. Ever since I was like probably 15, 16, I was like, tattoos are so cool. Everyone who has tattoos is freaking cool. I'm going to be cool. And so my sister took me to the local tattoo shop. We walked on down, got the first one for my grandpa because he had just died that summer or the summer before, I think. So, he's very much at the front of my mind. And so I got a little tattoo honoring him. And then literally the next day, I didn't tell my other tattoo artist this because my mom had a big tattoo scheduled for me that she was going to pay for. But it was the day after my birthday, and I was like, no, I want a tattoo on my birthday. So my sister took me, paid for my very first one, and then the next day, I didn't say anything to my other tattoo artist. We got another big 3.5-hour tattoo, which are my lotus flowers on my stomach.
That was your I guess your second tattoo, but like we could probably lump those into your first tattoo because like they're apart.
But it was really easy. I was so scared because everyone's like, oh, your ribs and your stomach is like the worst. And I like have Crohn's disease and I've like had surgeries and stuff for it. So I'm like, I'm fine. I can handle this tattoo pain.
Sure.
And I literally I ended up like taking a nap partway through it.
Oh my God. I heard that there's some sort of thing, like whether it's like, not saying you're neurodivergent, but like people, there's like two types of people. There's people who are like in immense amount of pain, an entire tattoo, and then there's, or not immense, but just like it hurts.
Exactly.
And then there's people who can like fall asleep during tattoos. So you're that side of it. That's crazy.
I feel like I've gotten more sensitive the older I get.
I do,
because tattoos, like the last tattoo I got, I was like, this keeps getting less and less fun. This hurts so bad. It's still, worth it 100%, obviously. I'm going to keep doing it, especially
I was going to say, have you reached your limit?
No, absolutely not. I think I'm at like only 14 or 15 right now. Wow. And I would like pretty much maybe like keep the t-shirt cut clean, but everything else, I want it.
Yes, girl. I support that.
After I save up for this wedding next year,
ooh,
I'll have nothing else to save up for. So it's been a while since I've been able to add to this. So I have a lot of ideas.
You'll be ready to go. So when's the wedding?
4/20 next year.
Oh, I love it. That's my son's birthday. That's so funny.
Oh, nice.
Like you're born cool when your birthday is 4/20.
Literally. My best friend's birthday is 4/21. She got this close.
She was close. No dice. Where are you getting married? Like where you live now, or?
Yeah, just this little city right outside of Chicago. Cool. This cute little venue we found. They do everything. They're like, they take care of the cake, the dinner, the champagne for the toast, the bar.
Oh, wow.
Literally everything is included, and I don't have to worry about any of it. So I said, great. Sign it right now. Sign the contract, please. Because everywhere else, we looked at a couple other places, and it was like literally just the building for like thousands of dollars.
As soon as you attach wedding to the name of anything, it's like 300% up priced. Like it's terrible.
And it's not like you can lie. You can't just like casually have a wedding without them knowing it's a wedding.
It's just a party. Why are you wearing white?
I'm just happy to be wearing white. It's my favorite color.
Mind your business.
Yeah.
Well, that's so exciting. Have you said yes to the dress?
Yes, I actually said yes to the dress so early because my sister and my mom live in like California and Oregon.
Yeah.
So I had gone over there, I think it was for my sister's wedding. And then like I just gotten engaged a little bit before it. And so we were like, oh, like let's just, because I have absolutely no clue like where I to even start
Right.
about what kind of dress I want. So we're like, oh, we'll just like have an initial appointment and like try on all these different shapes and just see what you like. And then when you go home, you can find something that you're gonna like actually say yes to. And turns out that it doesn't work that way. Once you have wedding dresses on, you're gonna find one that you're gonna want to get married in.
Yeah.
So,
I think you're like, you either find it right away or you're like 300 dresses deep and you're like, I hate them all.
and I'm so glad. It actually happened to be the first dress that I picked off the rack is the one that I ended up going with.
That's that eye. That's that interior design eye. You just, you know.
Honestly, yeah.
So, speaking about your husband, for those listeners who don't know, or your future husband, excuse me, your fiance, you guys are both professional wrestlers. And I just watched a match you guys just did on independent wrestling where you took on the team of Bussy.
Oh my God, how good was that match?
Good.
Wow, it was so fun. We've been wanting Bussy for a long time, and like just having it there at the arcade
Yeah.
was literally perfect. Like we couldn't have asked for a better timing on that match.
It was so entertaining. Like kudos to you guys.
Thank you. We had a great time.
So how does it feel like you've been a singles wrestler for a long time? Does it ever become too much the same having your fiance as a tag partner from time to time?
No, honestly, like I feel like I'm just discovering like a whole other side to Lainey,
Oh,
like trying to figure
interesting.
out like who I can be in a team and what we can do together. Because like, Jeff has trained me in like everything lucha that I know, like is because of him, a little dash of Ali in there, but mostly it's Jeff teaching me everything. So it's like I have all this stuff that I can do, but not a
Yeah.
whole lot of people to do it with.
Right.
So now that we can like combine our lucha into these cool tag moves, these cool double team moves, it's like I can finally show y'all all this cool stuff, you know?
My ass can fly. I just haven't had the
Look
right
what I can
opportunities.
do. Exactly.
And you guys have been seen on AEW recently. So tell me a little bit about that because, it's like it's a pinnacle. It's a big moment starting to do darks and starting to do like tryout matches and stuff like that. Are you feeling positive about the experience? Do you think it's going somewhere? Is it something you can't talk about?
I look at it as an opportunity to like get in there with people, that you probably wouldn't have met anywhere else. And it's like I got to be in there with legends, Serena, Mercedes, Sheeta. Like Sheeta is someone I really, really wanted to share a ring with for a long time. And
Cool.
it was Yuka, everything, like literally legends after legends after legends. And so it was just a very cool opportunity to get to share some time and some perspective with them and get to do it on such a big stage in front of so many people is very cool. And it's not like I'm like, oh, they're using me as extra. I'm going to be with the contract next week. Like, I'm not delusional,
Yes.
but I do think, I've done nothing but amazing anytime that I've done anything for them. So I'm
Yep.
hoping that someone's paying attention somewhere.
And don't forget to be annoying. There's a lot of people gunning for spots.
That's my biggest problem is I cannot
You have to be.
politic or,
No, don't politic,
send the
but
right messages and be annoying, but
I
I'm
know.
getting better. I'm
Good.
getting better at being annoying.
Try to do it in your own way so that you feel comfortable. Just don't ever like the only thing I would do again, and I don't even know if I would do it again because it's at the point in my life where I was, is I should have fought for my own worth because I was worthy and I deserved shots that maybe I wasn't given because I was too polite and I didn't want to ruffle
You're just
feathers.
taking what you're getting and being thankful and
Yeah, and that, you know what, that's all dog shit. Like that's great in the first like year. Like
right. But it's like I should be in this spot because X, Y.
yeah.
Look at all this stuff I've done. X, Y, Z put me here.
Exactly. Like you've been on the indies for a long time. You've trained for a long time. There's nothing but good things I've ever heard about you in terms of like etiquette. So fucking put yourself out there, girl. Be annoying.
Okay, I will be more annoying because you told me to.
Mama Wilde said, be annoying.
Yes.
So I want to circle back to Laynie Luck because we were talking about how your character's kind of evolving and being in a tag. How did you come up with that actual name?
It was actually like one of the first couple days of training because when my first day of training was tearing down the ring and putting it into storage
Okay.
because my school just lost the building they were running in and they did not have, it was very last minute. They literally were running in the garage of a mattress store.
Oh my God.
And the mattress store like sold and didn't tell them. And so they didn't have anywhere to go. So like the first month of my training was in a park, in a little parking lot and in a park next to a softball field that we had to watch out for foul balls.
The level of white trash that is professional wrestling never fails to
And that's
amaze me.
it. How did they convince me to stay? How do you like
Because we're nuts.
what?
Because we're nuts.
Literally. And so like obviously there's only so much you can learn in a park. So they were like, okay, well we'll think about names. And my trainer, was from back in the 80s and he's very like carny and he's like, well, you have to have alliteration. That's the only thing that works, alliteration. And so my middle name is Elaine.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like just messed around with the letters, got Lainey out of that. And he's like, well, you should do Laynie Luck because it sounds like Laynie Luck and alliteration and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, George, if you think I should be Laynie Luck, then that's what I'll be.
I love it. Oh, I think it works. So he, carnies, I guess, no thanks too.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I think like there was like a point where I wanted to drop the luck aspect or whatever, but I'm like, double L's are so fun. I'm like,
Yeah. Okay. I want to do my 10 tailor-made questions, which is like a speed round, but not really because I want to hear all your answer goodness. So don't feel rushed. Okay.
okay,
Name one beauty product you cannot live without.
mascara,
Are you
100%.
brand,
Like if
brand
anything,
specific?
I usually get the Maybelline Colossal in the little yellow bottle.
Nice.
That's usually my go-to. It stays on. It doesn't flake off in my eyeballs, which I never experienced that until I started trying to buy more expensive eye or mascara.
Oh.
It's like it never happened before until I bought the nicer stuff, and then all of a sudden my eyes are burning all day. And I said, "What's going on?" And it's literally flaking off into my eyeball. And I was like, "I'm gonna go back to my $8
Yeah.
Colossal." Like I don't know what we're doing here, but I think out of everything, you have to have mascara on.
I agree. Especially because you're fair like me. You look like a chicken who's plucked her feathers out. If yeah.
There's no eyeliner. You cannot see anything.
None.
They are blonde as hell if there's nothing else on them.
I was told by a makeup artist early on, though, in my wrestling career, that like the formula for mascara doesn't change. It literally is slapping different brands on it. So like a $60 Chanel mascara is not better than.
That's not surprising to me.
Yeah, and
Everything's a scam.
everything is a scam, and apparently now more than ever, like those, like I don't know, you've probably been down the TikTok hole of drugstore dupes, but apparently like drugstore makeup is like up there, not with everything, but there's a lot of things that you can supplement for, girl on a budget.
Yeah, I feel like up to like a certain level, like everything's the same. Unless you're gonna buy $80 foundation.
Yes.
Everything like 40 and below,
Yeah,
it's basically the same.
I agree. Well, we should just start our own dupe channel then. What is your favorite exercise?
When I first started working out, I was obsessed with lower body, as every girl probably is.
Yep.
But lately, I've been really obsessed with trying to get some nice big shoulders. And so dumbbell overhead press, I very much look forward to it every single week.
Yes, that's always been my bread and butter. Like, make the shoulders bigger, makes the waist look smaller.
Yeah, I feel very strong and very powerful. I'm getting like the 35s up there for a couple reps these days.
Girl, excuse me. What is your pet peeve?
Oh no.
What isn't your pet peeve?
Literally, I'm like, where do we start? What doesn't annoy me? How about we do that? I guess people with no like social awareness is maybe like one that comes up the most often. Like, know how to conduct yourself in certain situations, and that's that. Like, why am I at Jiffy Lube at 8 a.m. and you're scrolling TikTok on max volume? Why is this happening right now? Like, this literally happened to me last week. And I'm like, can you not? You don't have any headphones? Can you at least lower the volume? Like,
or why, like this one I don't understand at all, and maybe one of our listeners can sort me out, but Under what circumstance do you ever have to have a phone call on speakerphone?
Why? Oh my, exactly. Like, put
I
it
don't
up
want
to
to
your
hear your
face.
conversation.
No one else needs to hear. Why are you in the gym
Yeah.
on the phone? Why are you talking on the phone in the gym?
Yeah. How
You
do you
should be
do
out of
that?
breath.
How
Are
do
you
you
not working
count?
hard enough? Yes.
I don't know. People are bizarre, but yes, that is a good one. Who is your celebrity crush?
Blake Lively. She's the first one that comes to mind all the
You
time.
look a bit Blake Lively-ish.
Don't start. Don't
It's,
start.
it's the hair.
She's actually the reason because I have like kind of wavy-ish if I'm not like blow drying it. It's not curly, but it's not like
Yep.
nice or cute or whatever. But it's kind of like hers to where it's just kind of like random
Yeah.
and crazy. So she
I
was
love
actually
it.
the reason for a little bit that I was like embracing my natural hair and whatever.
Girl looks good. Yes. Yes. What is your favorite band or artist?
That's really hard because I like go through so many different phases and
Hmm.
like what am I feeling that day? But I feel like Rihanna will never get old
Rihanna.
ever. I will
She's
always be able to
so
jam to Rihanna.
badass.
I'm obsessed with her. Everything she does.
Did you see that she's the youngest female billionaire in like US history?
Yeah, with the Savage Fenty and the Fenty makeup and everything, it does not surprise.
And I will say, like, I am like a budget makeup girl for the most part, except when it comes to foundation. And I just tried a few different Fenty products, and it's good.
Is it worth it? I've been really debating, like, just try it. Just get something.
So I got the Fenty, it's a tint, which I thought like I needed more full coverage because I'm 36 and like I have texture to my skin like everybody, whether you want to admit it or not. And I
Yeah.
mixed
Skin looks like skin.
skin looks like
Everyone.
skin. And so I spent a bit of money because TikTok told me to do this. I used the Charlotte Tilbury like illuminating like base and then the Fenty like tint and like you fucking glow. Like and it's going to last forever. You can tell like quality wise. So like
Yeah.
I say spend a little money on the Fenty products. They're definitely worth it.
I definitely do need a new foundation because the last one I bought was really, really cheap. And, you know,
Okay.
2 minutes into a match, it's gone. So I need something new.
Okay. Do you have a secret vice like drinking a glass of wine in the shower?
Oh, I do love some good wine shower, bath shower. Yeah, shower wine and bath wine. Fantastic. I would say just smoking a joint in the morning. It's the best way to start your day.
So is that how do you wake and bake every day?
Not every single day, just because, like, the days I'm going to have a match or whatever, you know, you don't want your throat to be any kind of sore, any kind of dry
Yeah.
whatsoever. But most mornings, I would say, yeah, I do.
Excuse me, what state are you in again?
In Illinois, so it's
Illinois.
legal here.
I was gonna say, so where I live, it's also legal. And this movement has been so incredible how normalized, like weed is with drinking. And it's not even like a conversation anymore, which is kind of cool. Like,
Yeah, it's very normalized.
yeah, I love it. What wrestler has the best entrance music?
Oh man. Natalia's like the signature like guitar line right at the beginning hits
Mm-hmm.
every single time for me. I love that. But if we go like indies or something,
Yep.
then Brian Keith still tipping. Everybody loves that. That's always a good time. And also I would say Effie's
Effie's music.
with the
Yeah.
whole
I'm a
just
big fan
being
of
in the
Effie.
ring while Effie is making his entrance. You get to like share some of that energy with him. Very cool.
You get to sponge it.
Exactly. Like this isn't for me, but I'm still experiencing it.
What is your drink of choice?
Well, that's where mine first. So we'll say tequila is always, if I'm out somewhere, I would prefer there to be tequila as well.
Tequila girl. All right. What has been your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Most of my career,
And
oh
scene.
man. I don't think I have like an actual exact moment where like something devastating happened.
Yeah, that's good though.
Thankfully, yeah. Thankfully, there hasn't been that big oopsie daisy.
Yeah,
So I'll just say the first
career.
3 years of my career is that whole chunk is just awful.
Is it all on YouTube?
Yeah, it sure is.
That's what makes it worse. Like, I'm glad to be old and you can't find my first 2 years.
A lot of my training school stuff isn't like really anywhere. So
Sure.
like I am thankful for that because I think I was right before the whole big everything is streamed and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Like if I was starting today and my first batches were streamed on IWTV, are you kidding me? I would never be booked anywhere. It's like, what is this? Who?
The streets are cold out there, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's really real.
Seriously?
Fuck that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see what they say about me ever.
Where can our listeners find you on social media? What are your handles?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook if you are still there, at Laynie Luck. My name, Laynie Luck. Find me on Patreon and OnlyFans as well.
Ooh, spicy. Okay, last one. Finish this lyric. I want to make you feel like I'm the only...
Like I'm the only girl in the world.
Yes!
Yes!
You finished my bad singing. Yes, girl.
I'm right there with you. Awful singer. Right here.
Well, this was so much fun. I'm so glad we finally got to make this work.
Finally.
Yay!
And now we just have to schedule our twinning photo shoot.
Yes.
And get a tag match.
Yes.
And then we can move on.
All the things. So I have a visa, American promoters, if you're listening. Like, I can work in the US now. Somebody book it. We want to do a
make it
photo
happen.
shoot.
100% somewhere. Something.
Okay. Yes. I look very much forward to working together. Of course, Laynie Luck is an interior designer. That makes so much more sense why she has a beautiful palette to work with versus like the neons and the black, and that this might not make sense to any of my listeners, but as someone who's been in the professional wrestling world for 16 years, the way she puts colors together in her wrestling gear, it stands out to me. And maybe it's because I'm old and I pay attention to detail and I don't know, but to me it makes a difference. And what a really cool place she is in her life, that she's reached like this homeostasis and happiness, and she's tagging with her fiance and she's got her wedding in a year and she's doing yoga and she's grounded, and I just love her. I think this happens with every single guest. Are you guys getting tired of hearing how much I love every guest over the past 2 years? Because I'm not. And it's been such a good place to be, being inactive for 10 years in the professional wrestling world. And then I decided to come back during the pandemic. Of course, got sideswiped by a divorce. Things didn't work out, but I've had Wilde on to keep me connected, and actually my reach has been much bigger because I can interview people not only in North America but overseas, which I have done, and it's been an incredible way to reintegrate myself in the world of professional wrestling, but especially amongst the females. As always, I could not and would not be able to do this podcast without my badass punk rock girl band, the Wilde On team. My right-hand woman, my queen, Rochelle, Douris, editor and producer. My queen of things in the interwebs and marketing and things I don't understand, but I really, really need, Madison Golshani, and our homeboy at Superkick Studios in Toronto, Matteo Sessa. Thank you. I love you guys. And until next week, keep calm and wild on.